it's Erica, and I'm going to do a video on Peperomia Prostrata. So this is the plant right here, and I recently did a string of pearls propagation video, and this was in the background. And Sharon asked about this in the comments, so shout out to Sharon. Thanks for watching. This video is for your request. So I have a Peperomia Prostrata plant that I got in the fall, I think, and it was for the during the Gesneriad Society show back in fall. And so yeah, I got this plant plus two other Gesneriads. The Gesneriads actually died. One rotted away and the other died while I was on vacation, a long vacation. So I'm gonna try Gesneriads again, but this did really well for me, and it's really easy to care for. It takes a wide variety of conditions, and yeah. Oh, this is one of them. It's in a glass, I guess, terrarium, or, you know, not sure what these are. I have smaller ones that were candle holders, but this one's a lot larger. Anyways, a glass vessel. And let me show you the other ones. Okay, so these are the two other ones. They're hanging here in my kitchen window. And again, just this one is a candle holder. And I guess that's a vase. But these little glass containers are so adorable and cute, and they're just hanging here. And I have one more. Okay, so here's the last one. So they all came from the same few strands that I got from the show. And as you can see, it grows pretty well, it propagates really easily. I mean, the strands I got barely had any roots. They were basically just a bunch of straggly cuttings. And they all grew very well. Okay, so I've brought them all together. And I guess let's talk about light first. So this one in the back sits here on this table. And it is in a southern exposure window, so you can see it's really close. So during the winter there were no leaves on this tree, so I got a lot of sunlight, but now it gets dappled light since it's leafed out. But yeah, this is the southern side. And then these two hanging ones were in the northern window. My kitchen window faces north. And so, yeah, they do well in all different kinds of light, but I would say bright light is the best, and, you know, it does get a little bit of direct light. And then this one is just in my dining room in a little propagation station, so it probably gets the least amount of light furthest away from a window. But yeah, it's doing well. So that's light. Bright light's probably the best, and it'll grow more densely. You probably get more spacing between each of the leaves the lower the light is. Okay, so next up is watering, and they can take a wide range of watering conditions. So the ones in the glass vessels have no drainage at all, and I probably overwater them sometimes, and they do dry out completely. And they do fine. So they're really resilient. And then this one is kind of the opposite. It has drainage and it's in clay, so the clay is porous and dries out really quickly. So this one can be watered more, and it does fine as well. So like with all your other plants, it highly depends on your conditions. You know, the warmer it is, the more water you'll have to give your plant, because it will dry up quicker, and the plant will probably be growing faster if it's warm out. And yeah, but just keep an eye on it. It's a very resilient and easy to care for, hardy plant. Okay, now I'm going to talk about propagation, and all I do is take strands of the plant. So for example, I put this up so you can see the long strands. You can just snip a bunch of these strands off and lay them on top of the soil, and the nodes will form roots and root into the soil. So just keep it moist. If you have some way to keep the humidity up, that will help it. So either, you know, put it near a humidifier, or you can put it in like a plastic container or terrarium, something like that. And hope you guys watched my string of pearls propagation video, but if you haven't, please go check it out. So the same thing can be done here. So I'm not sure if it will focus, but you see those pieces of dirt or compost? That's a root reaching into the soil. So this was in close quarters. It was probably next to another pot in my propagation station, and it reached into another pot and started growing into the soil. So I could have probably just cut this off and I would have a new plant. But I pulled this pot out and I didn't realize it was growing into the other pot. So that's a couple ways. Lay it on top of the soil with cuttings, or just lay it on another pot and then cut it later. And then finally, I just noticed this. Can you guys see? The little white fuzzy ones? Those are roots. It's not mold or anything. They're little white roots. So this one is in a glass vessel. So it's really humid inside most of the time because, again, I probably overwater this one. But there's roots there, so those can probably go directly into soil. And then I know a lot of people are a fan of water propagation. So again, you can take, you know, cutting strip leaves off and stick that end into water, and hopefully roots will grow. And then once the roots grow, transplant it into soil. So the reason why I don't like that is, one, you have to strip leaves off. So you're losing a bunch of pretty leaves. Two, what you're growing are water roots, and those look totally different from actual roots that grow in the soil. So when you transplant them, it's gonna shock the plant, and yeah, it'll have a hard time for a while. And then when you actually plant it in, it'll also disturb the roots. So, you know, some of them will break. Some of them will die because of the transition itself, because it was used to water. So if you just plant it directly in soil, it doesn't have to deal with all that. And you don't lose any leaves. But yeah, they both work. But I'm just a big fan of soil propagation when it works. So yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any more questions, please leave them in the comments and I will try to get to them. Hope you guys like it, and if you want to see any videos, just let me know. We do read the comments, and if we can, we'll make a video for you guys. Thanks for watching, and happy growing. Bye-bye.